Hey there guys, and welcome back to Alex Invest. Today the markets are actually a little bit green. Now we started off very green this morning and have since come down a little bit, which I'm not too surprised about. We've seen this before, especially in the last few weeks here. We see a bit of a run, especially in tech and innovation, and then we're back on the downtrend. Now, is that what's happening right now? Again, it may be. I'm not buying right now. I'm not selling right now. I am just holding. And over the next week, we're going to see what kind of happens there. There are a couple things if we come back down that I would like to maybe make a few options plays on, like F-Cell if we come back down to around that 740 level, and Oxy Petroleum as well. Coming back down to around that $25, $26 level. So that's kind of that. Now there's a few things I want to talk to you guys about today. First of all is MVMD. I posted a video on MVMD a few days ago, and I actually delisted that video, so you can only access it through link because I believe I was wrong with that. So we're going to go through that. Then I want to go through heat a little bit as well, just kind of mention what's going on there, and then I want to talk a little bit about cryptocurrency and how we've been running there while stocks have been crashing. So we'll start off here by talking about MVMD though. So what's going on there? I posted a video on Tuesday talking about how MVMD might get a license agreement with Pfizer for their new COVID pill. Now, after I posted that video, I was talking to a subscriber, and he left me a comment saying that this might be unlikely because Pfizer's new COVID pill is a novel drug, a novel pill, and therefore it's brand new, made from scratch. And Ivermectin is not made from scratch, unfortunately, and without the drug in the Pfizer COVID pill being ivermectin, the entire kind of theory falls apart. So unfortunately, I do think that is what is happening, because they also know that their new COVID pill is a reversible covalent inhibitor, whereas ivermectin is from the research I've done, irreversible in that respect. And so it's likely that it's not ivermectin, unfortunately. And again, that means it's likely that Pfizer is just developing their own new drug, and not to do with ivermectin, therefore not to do with MVMD. Unfortunate, yes, but that is why I did decide to kind of delist that video so that people don't get kind of misinformed by what I was saying, even though I did mention that this was just a theory and it likely wasn't the case. I still didn't want to kind of have that lingering in people's minds. Now, what else is going on in MVMD right now? We have been coming down heavily, especially today. We went all the way down to the 0.75 level until we started coming back up to the 0.83. So what do I think about this? I've gotten a lot of messages, people saying, what do you think about MVMD? Are we crashing? Are we going down? And it all depends on the news, guys. There's two really main things that I want to deal with here. First of all, the MVMD is a very speculative stock still. They have very low revenues. And if their trial results don't work out like expected, if they're not doing the things that they're saying they're doing, then yes, we're going to fall. However, I don't think MVMD is lying to us about anything that they have been doing, anything they are doing. And I understand that there's worries about how there isn't many scientists who are on the payroll of MVMD. In fact, pretty much zero if you look at their financials. However, they work with CROs, third-party CROs, right? Contracted research organizations. So that's kind of where they're doing all of their research, and that's why you don't see any names on the or any really operation expenses on the payroll side of things. But there are, stock-based compensation as well as contracts for certain scientific individuals, certain science members who are working on the development of the MVMD's technology there. So there are about 3 or 4 scientists there from what it looks like on their financials, and then a couple of other contracted parties there as well, and then of course the CROs as well. So I wouldn't be too worried about that part. I wouldn't be too worried about, because people are worried about that because of the short report, because in the short report it says, oh, there's no really people on the payroll, and that is true, but it's because they're working with these CROs and because they've kind of contracted these individuals rather than putting them on their payroll, which is why you don't kind of see that expense it reflected in kind of their expenses there. So that is one of the things. Now, I don't think MVMD is lying to us. I don't think Dennis Hancock is lying to us at all. I think we will see some good news soon, but we just have to wait for it here. And I know it's hard. I'm currently, down quite a bit on MVMD, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well. But if you think about the general market right now too, is a lot of those stocks are down as well. Of course, people are probably a little bit more worried about MVMD because of the fact that the market is green today and MVMD is down. So yes, I'm still bullish on MVMD. I'm not selling any of my shares right now. We just have to wait for, especially this BSL-4 trial, the cold chain news, and I think all of that should be coming out within the next few weeks here. If we don't get it in the next month, then I would start to be a little bit worried. However, for now, it does not concern me really at all. So that's kind of that. Now, the other kind of thing I wanted to mention is how they're doing those cancer trials with ivermectin now, right? And that is interesting, yes, and it's great that they're doing that. However, it also kind of brings the image that, where is their focus, right? Is kind of the big question, which I have, and which kind of I'm sure a lot of people have, especially if you've read the short report as well, because they have switched into a lot of different industries, and it's just because their kind of technology works in a lot of different spaces, but still they do kind of need to focus on a specific area for now and kind of move forward with that, right? They've been bringing out very preliminary stages of sort of applications of their technology, but they haven't brought us any substantial news, any substantial trial results, any substantial kind of licensing partnerships. None of that is there for some of the things that they've already done their preliminary work on, and that is what we need to see. We don't need to see that they're working on now cancer trials for tumors where they want to inject ivermectin into their tumors with their new solubilized ivermectin, which is made without any organic compounds, right? So that's really what we need now is some kind of substantial news for MVMD, which we aren't getting. So that's MVMD there in a nutshell. I'm not going to get too much more into it. Don't expect to deal with Pfizer mainly. I wanted to mention, do expect news soon on some of these trials, like the BSL-4 trial, like the FDA 2B pathway, like those cold chain results. I think we should be getting something, at least one of those three, in the next kind of 2 weeks here. Again, if we don't, then I would start to be a little bit more concerned here, and I would even extend that timeline to about three weeks to a month here. Okay, now, so that's the first thing. Now I want to talk to you guys about cryptocurrency a little bit. Stocks have been absolutely tanking lately, and cryptocurrency has been absolutely running lately. So what does that mean? Well, I've mentioned in quite a few of my videos, you want to have some sort of percentage of your portfolio in cryptocurrency. For me, it's about 10% right now, maybe a little bit less than 10%, maybe about 9% or so, and it's been doing very well for me. Doge obviously did very well for me. I did sell a little bit of Doge as well, bought some BTT because I think we might see a run there soon, especially once a little bit more hype on Doge dies down. I also have Ethereum, obviously Bitcoin, because those are the two main ones, and a little bit of ETC, which is Ethereum Classic. I did buy around the $100 level, not the $30 level about a week ago. So that is that, and like I said, I think it is important to have a little bit of your assets in cryptocurrency, especially because that's kind of the new wave that we're seeing right now. It used to be tech and innovation about 2 months ago, or 2 months ago is really where that ended, and then we moved into recovery stocks. That was kind of the next sort of hype wave that we saw, and now we're seeing kind of this cryptocurrency wave that's really hype, right? And we've been seeing this now for for a while, because the market environment in general has changed there, where it really is all about hype these days. And so you really got to pick your industries around kind of the hype right now. And once you've already run up, then it's too late. Then you want to move on to kind of what you think the next sector that's going to run is. So yes, I think right now is a good still time to pick up some cryptocurrencies. I probably wouldn't recommend picking up Doge right now at the levels we're at. Of course, we could always still continue running. It really doesn't see any signs of stopping now. But you never really know, right? And that kind of goes on to my next point is with crypto, people say only put in the amount of money that you're willing to lose. Well, it's the same thing with stocks. You really only want to put in the amount of money that you're willing to lose, especially with speculative plays like MVMD, for example, which sure could be an absolute mooner, but right now it isn't. And so if you're not willing to kind of hold through that pain of when you're down, then you're not going to make any money there either. So that's kind of that. Now I wanted to quickly get into heat as well here and just talk to you guys quickly about some of the things going on there. Firstly, on May 6th, it came out that they have hired a new strategic advisor specifically for mergers and acquisitions, and I think that's actually quite bullish. He's David Farrell, and he's been kind of in the industry for a while now, about 25 years experience, and you can look him up. His credentials are quite good. He has a law degree, commerce degree as well. And he's been in the business for a while. So I do like that partnership, and I do see us kind of moving forward with some more acquisitions for this technology. And with that, I think we're going to move to kind of similar to where EXRO is right now. I kind of see Hillcrest there in the next few years. I would say in the next maximum 2 years, we should be at kind of the same levels that EXRO is at now. And it could be a lot sooner than that. It really kind of depends on where Hillcrest is going here now. Quite bullish as well is, like I've mentioned, Ari Berger, and he's got quite a lot of shares in this company and a vested interest there. And that's great for us as shareholders too. He used to obviously work at EXRO, as we know. I've talked about this in the past, but I just kind of wanted to reiterate it as well, how Ari Berger is one of the main reasons why we're seeing EXRO where it is today, and bringing all of that expertise over to Hillcrest, for me, is very, very bullish. And I think moving forward here, we are going to see some big moves, some big partnerships, potential acquisitions here with David Farrell here as well, and just the technology that Ari Berger is working on. So good things there too, and I am excited about Hillcrest, and it is probably my second biggest holding right now. FCell is also still up there, and Tesla as well, and CMC. Those are still my biggest holdings, and they probably will continue to be here until we see any substantial moves in any of those, and we'll go from there. So that is going to do it for the video today. I hope you guys liked it. I hope this kind of answered some of the questions you guys might have, and really I just wanted to talk to you guys and say what's up from my perspective here. So again, that's going to do it. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.